Fill the circle, the unbroken, by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better of a waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Now, guided by director Carl Charlson, here's a telescope profile of Gloria Steinem, her childhood, her work, and her friends.
Well, everybody's always asked me about her, you know, what kind of girl is she? She seems like a real bitch. Oh, she must be very aggressive and pushy. You know, they have these whole preconceived ideas of girl who gets to where Gloria is in life, what one has to do.
It makes me sad because of the bitch part. I mean, that really gets to me. I guess maybe it's worse than I think. So, I mean, I don't hear those comments, but what I've come to understand lately is it's not always personal. Is that all women come in for this kind of stuff, because I keep meeting women who I've heard all my life are bitchy and pushy and so on and so forth. I meet them and they're nice, compassionate people. It's if you don't play your role, you know, if you dare to aspire to something, then you get it automatically. But it's hard for me to remember that.
I can be tender, and I can be sensitive, and I can be compassionate, and I can admit sometimes that I'm afraid, and I can even cry. And I am a man, and I am my own man. And that man who is strong enough to be gentle, that is a new man, and he is the other half of this revolution, and he will, I think, really welcomes his liberation and the end of his loneliness and the end of this sea of hostility that has been, you know, preventing love in this country, and that has been dehumanizing sex and making such loneliness and such alienation, frustration for everyone. And he will welcome a woman who can come out from behind that simpering, you know, mask of ruffles that hides so much rage and impotent rage and unnecessary covert manipulativeness, and welcome the woman that can come out of that mask of ruffles and rage and be a person and be a joyous woman, because she really feels like she's somebody. And then you see we'll both be able to make love, not war, and in the highest sense. I mean,
but you give very, very strict orders to your bunnies in the Playboy clubs that they must under no circumstances consort sexually with their patrons. Now, why do you do this? Why mightn't this stultify them? Might this inconvenience the patrons? Aren't you being a little bit inconsistent and being
very consistent, I think.
Rigid?
No, it's kind of a notion. You see, you suggest that what I really have is a kind of a view of society in which there are no rules, personal or otherwise. And of course, this is not the kind of thing that I have in mind at all. Any kind of freedom requires greater personal responsibility, but where the clubs are concerned, this is simply a matter of not feeling that it's necessary to mix sex and the commercial.
Well, they were taking anything that moves. I mean, it's, you know... Well, first of all, you had to pay for your costume. You had to, you know, rent your costume, give back half of your tips.
Oh my God.
You got it was the advertisement said you could get $300 a week. I never saw anybody else getting more than 120 or something. The average stay was a month because it was such a bad job.
Wow.
You could stay longer and maybe get promoted, but then you had to go out with the Seagram 7 Crown guy, and you had to, so it was only so far I was going to go with research. It was, a disaster as a job, and I wrote an expose of being about the working conditions, and what started out as a joke actually became something that was not so funny, even though this was before I was, involved in the movement. And in the end, I kind of came to understand.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Battle lines being drawn, and nobody's right if everybody's wrong. The young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000.
And in just a few short minutes from now, ladies and gentlemen, we will know the name of our new Miss America.
Yes, sirree, boys, step right out. How much am I offered for this #1 piece of prime American property? She sings in the kitchen, hums at the typewriter, purrs in bed. She walks, she talks, she even whips. And thanks to the research of Tony and Revlon, you can get this standard quality model wherever you go. The perfect model. She doesn't talk back. In fact, she doesn't talk at all unless you want her to. And then she only says what you're programmed her to say. Yes, sir, you can use her to push your product, push your politics, or push your war. She's the girl back home every man is fighting for. Push your product, push your...
What if women had true equality? Would there be war and conflict, hunger, poverty? What if women had true equality? Would there be domestic violence in the family? How did we become without a voice? How long have men had their way? What can we do to reverse our fate? It's never too late.
CBS News headquarters in New York. This is the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
Good evening. In a landmark ruling, the Supreme Court today legalized abortions. The majority in cases from Texas and Georgia said that the decision to end a pregnancy during the first 3 months belongs to the woman and her doctor, not the government. Thus, the anti-abortion laws of 46 states were rendered unconstitutional.